Ellie Williams, second base, Winsville, Missouri. Katie Moore, pitcher outfield, Caseyville, Illinois. Taylor Barnes, outfield, O'Fallon, Missouri.
ADRYANA Martinez, first base, Sugar Land, Texas.
Jesse VESELSKE, third base, Barnhart, Missouri.
Erica Fletcher, outfield, Festus, Missouri.
Haley Ferris, pitcher, Camden, Missouri.
Kaylee Kaufman, utility, Robertsville, Missouri.
Megan Hangmeyer, outfield, Ellsbury, Missouri.
Hannah Chambliss, second base, St. Louis, Missouri.
Kelsey Boyd, outfield, Hillsborough, Missouri.
Morgan Loggins, catcher, Waynesville, Missouri.
Caitlin Tucker, outfield, Farmington, Missouri.
Christina Bettis, pitcher, infielder, Swansea, Illinois.
Kennedy Suddiff, catcher, Troy, Missouri.
Lauren Duff, pitcher, first base, Arnold, Missouri.
Allison Tucker, shortstop, Farmington, Missouri.
And welcome to softball on JCTV, as there is a strike from Christina Bettis. She's the starting pitcher today for the Lady Vikings as they face Kankakee Community College from near Chicago, as there's a swing and a miss for strike two. It's 0-2 on Maddie Laney, and that's a strikeout. So thanks for being here. It's a cold, cloudy day here at the field, but we still have the action for you. And one away, and another strike for Kenna Kleinert, the second place hitter for Kankakee. 1-1. And there's a grounder. It will be foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And another strikeout for Bettis. 2 up, 2 down. And if you were able to watch the home opener for this season, Christina Bettis pitched that game, and you would already know she can really mow them down. She had 12 strikeouts in that game, and she's off to a quick start here with 2 after just 2 batters. And there's a strike there to Gabby Schultz, the third place hitter. One and one. And that's fouled back. So 1-2. And that's high, 2-2. The Lady Vikings are off to an excellent start here in 2020. So far they are 11-3, and that just misses. So full count here on Schultz. They've won their last 9. And a walk. So Schultz reaches to keep things alive here in the first. And this is Emma Schreiner for Kankakee. And there's a ball. Schreiner's a sophomore. And that's foul. 1-1. Two and one. Behind the plate today for the Lady Vikings, it's Morgan Loggins, the sophomore. At first, it's, as that is also inside. At first, Lauren Duff. Second base, Megan Hegemeyer. Shortstop, Taylor Barnes. As that is a grounder to Hegemeyer, and that will do it. So a runner does reach with a walk, but that's it. Vikings will come to the plate in a moment. The Lady Vikings come to the plate. It's the bottom of the first, no score. Hannah Chambliss, the sophomore from St. Louis, will lead things off. And ball one from Haley Edmonds, the starting pitcher for Kankakee. She's a sophomore. And 2-0. Allison Tucker is on deck. And there's a strike, 2-1. And Tucker is playing short today. She's on deck. There's a grounder, though, from Chambliss, and one out. I think last inning I had said Barnes was at short, but it is Tucker, and she is at the plate now. Allison Tucker, a sophomore from Farmington. And she's hit, so she will take her base. So one on and one out for Lauren Duff. Duff is a freshman from Arnold and Fox High. She's playing first today, and there goes the runner. Throw down, and it's not able to be handled. So stolen base for Tucker. And it's 0-1. And that's high. That was a swing and a miss, of course. 2-1 is the count. 2-2, excuse me. I thought there was another pitch missing there from the scoreboard. It is 2-2, and that's foul. On the ground left side. So remains 2-2. Jessie VESELSKE, is up next. She's playing third today. And Duff swings and misses for a strikeout. So 2 away for VESELSKE. A bit high for ball one. VESELSKE is a freshman from Barnhart and Windsor High School. She has an RBI opportunity here, but there are two out, and there it is, up the middle, base hit. This will put Jeffco on the board, 1-0, as Tucker comes around to score. And Kelsey Boyd comes to the plate. Freshman from Hillsborough. We saw her hit a big home run the last game we covered, home opener. And the 1-0 popped way high and out of play. One ball and one strike on Kelsey Boyd. And there goes VESELSKE, and she will be in there. So now a runner on second with two down. It's 2-1. And Boyd sends that right side. It will get out of play. Into the mud. If you do come out to the games, and you certainly should, I always recommend, walk around on the gravel road, not the other way. Your shoes will get muddy. So just be advised. Here comes the 2-2. And I think it's a full count. I think the Kankakee catcher thought they had the punch out, but no. Alexis Britton is the backstop today for Kankakee. There's a ground ball handled by the shortstop. And that will do it. But the Vikings jump on top after an RBI single from Jessie VESELSKE. They lead it 1-0. Here we are in the top of the second. And strike one from Christina Bettis. This is Ashley Reiner for the Cavaliers. She's a sophomore. And 0-2. And another strikeout for Bettis. That's her third. That brings in Aubrey Durden. And that one foul, just out of VESELSKE's reach. Strike two. And another strikeout, number 4. Now it's the pitcher, Haley Edmonds. Foul tip. So 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 2. A grounder, handled at second, and that will do it. A 1-2-3 inning for Christina Bettis and Jeffco. Bottom of the second, Lady Vikings lead it 1-0. Kennedy Sutterth will be the hitter. She's a freshman from Troy, Missouri. And ball 1 way outside. And popped up. It will get out of play. So 1-1. Definitely a cold day out there, mid-40s, so the players will be shaking their hands.
No, she's taken
And that's ball 2. It's 2-1. 2-2. 3-1, excuse me. 3-1. And there's a slow roller taken by the second baseman and 1 away. Now it is Kaylee Kaufman, the sophomore from Robertsville, Missouri. And that's ball 2. Morgan Loggins is on deck. Foul back. Here comes the 2-1, and that's fouled off. 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Kaufman. And a strikeout for out number 2. Second strikeout for Edmonds. And now the catcher, Loggins, sophomore from Waynesville, Missouri. And she'll hit with 2 away. Big cut for strike 1. To round out the order on deck is Taylor Barnes, if Loggins does reach here. And she'll show bunt for strike 2. And another strikeout, second in the inning for Edmonds. Vikings, though, do lead 1-0. top three. Vikings lead it 1-0. 1-0, I should say. I just made up a new word. It's okay. And there's a strike to McGinna Goldtrap, a freshman outfielder for the Cavaliers. And a bunt. It will be fair, and she will beat it out. A perfect bunt. So first hit this afternoon for Kankakee. And this is Madeline Evans to round out the order for the Cavaliers. And she will show bunt. Duff will take it, and they'll get the out at first. Now the runner going for third, and she's safe. It was close. So back to the top of the lineup now. One out, but runner on third. A chance to tie this up. And that's high. Showing bunt again, it's foul. So 1-1. This is Maddie Lanny back to the top of the order here. She's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And 1-2. Outside, 2-2. So the inning led off with Goldtrap with a bunt hit. Then Evans laid down a bunt and a strikeout there. Number 5 for Bettis. But anyway, Evans with the bunt, and it was a fielder's choice. She was thrown out at first, but Goldtrap used her speed to get all the way around to third. And that's popped foul. Will it stay in play? No, that's out of play. Into the bullpen off the fence over there. So 0-1 on Kleinert. She struck out her first time up. And that's popped in the air, left side, and it is caught for the third out. So Kankakee strands a runner on third. Vikings lead it still 1-0. Taylor Barnes with her first at bat of the day here in the bottom of the third. And she shows bunt for strike one. Barnes is a sophomore from O'Fallon, Missouri. One and one. After Barnes, it's back to the top and Hannah Chambliss. And foul. 1-2. Two and two. And that one's ripped, but right into the glove of the center fielder. Hit well, but it was caught for out number 1. And it's Chambliss. She's 0 for 1 with a ground out in the first. Ball 1 there. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Allison Tucker's on deck. And that one's hit sharply, foul, over the new dugout. So 1 and 2. And a late swing, grounder to shorts, and 2 out. Now it's Tucker, who was hit by a pitch in the first, and she went on to score the Vikings' only run so far. And she'll get another hit. Or at least be on base twice today. Oh, Tucker on first with a single with 2 out. Here's Lauren Duff. Duff is 0 for 1. She struck out in the first. And there goes the runner, and she's in there. It gets away. And Tucker will advance to third. So, good for the Vikings. Now with 2 down, the runner is at third base. A lot more ways to score from there, obviously. And Duff sends that foul out of play. It's 0 and 2. One and 2. And that one is a curve. It's hit high. It's on the track. It's gone! A 2-run home run with 2 down from Lauren Duff to make it 3-0 Jeffco. So the Vikings doing all their damage with 2 outs so far today. A big one there. So 3-0. And here's Jessie VESELSKE. VESELSKE is 1 for 1. She had an RBI for the Vikings in the first. And 2-0. So the inning began with Taylor Barnes hitting a sharp drive out to center, but it was caught. Then Chambliss with a ground out. Tucker with a single. Stole a base, ball got away. She made it to third. And then a home run from Duff that hung up there Wasn't sure if it could be caught at the track, but it just got over the wall. And there's a shot from VESELSKE. It's down into the corner. She'll have a little time to run, and she will easily get into second. The Vikings are hitting the ball hard this inning. Still 2 down. It's Kelsey Boyd. She's 0 for 1. Outside, ball 1. Inside and high, ball 2. Still 2 out. Let the Vikings have another runner in scoring position. And Boyd, a shot off the pitcher's leg. Hope she's all right. Because of that, Boyd will get to first, and then VESELSKE came home and scores number 4 for the Vikings. Time was never called. And they'll check on Edmonds. We'll take a quick break. So Haley Edmonds will remain in the game. The Vikings are now up 4-0. And this is Kennedy Sutterth at the plate. And there is strike 1. So, somewhat of a strange turn of events. Kelsey Boyd with a line drive that went off the pitcher's shin, and that's caught for the second out. Boyd was able to make it to first, and then VESELSKE was able to come around and score there. But Edmonds stayed in the game. We hope she's all right. Certainly feeling some pain there. Vikings do lead it 4-0. We move to the 4th inning. Christina Bettis back to work. Gabby Schultz at the plate. She walked her first time. And that was ball 1. Vikings now with a 4-run lead. Looking for their 12th win. That's a shot. It's into right. It's foul. So as I mentioned earlier, the Lady Vikings, have won their past 9 games and amassed an 11-3 record. They started off on the road, as they often do in February, with some tournament play in Mississippi this year. Had a couple losses there, but lately they've been on a roll, as that was ball 2, 2-1. Inside, 3-1. And that one, another shot, but again foul. Three and two. First base, coach for the Cavaliers had to have his head on a swivel for that one. So full count. And it's caught. Tucker backing up and making the catch. So one away for Emma Schreiner. She's 0 for 1 with a ground out. Back in the first. And that's in the dirt, blocked by Loggins. 1-0. Christina Bettis pitching another great game so far. Only 2 runners have reached. A walk back in the first and then a bunt hit in the third. And that runner was stranded at third base that inning. As we have a delay, I'm not sure why. Oh, the umpire disappeared for a second, so he's back. And that's foul tipped off the screen. Two and one. And that's fouled back again. 2-2. And the 2-2 fouled off the screen. There's an iPad there. I got a great shot of that. And a floater just outside, 3-2. In the air to right. Boyd backing up and just out of her reach. It is foul, though. So Schreiner will step back into the box. It's a 3-2 count. There is one out. And here it comes. Slow roller, and Bettis can't handle it. And really, it was a slow roller after it hit the ground. It hung in the air very slowly. Bettis got to it, but couldn't get it in time. So Schreiner's on first. So I guess you could score that a hit, but both hits have been very softly hit. Now Reiner stands in. She's 0 for 1. And that's strike one. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Two and 1. Excuse me, 1-2. That was a strike on the inside. So that last hit from Schreiner almost seemed like it was in slow motion. It just slowly arced and then came down, and there is yet another strikeout for Bettis. That's her 6th. And that means 2 outs now for Aubrey Durden. 0-1 as that was fouled away. Oh, and 2, that one catches the outside corner. And so 0-2, 2 out, runner on first for Kankakee. Fouled off the screen here, so again it will be 0-2. In the dirt, 1-2. it could certainly be possible we see a new pitcher for Kankakee in the next frame. I did see one of our staff bringing some ice over to the Cavaliers dugout. Again, she had a hard hit ball off her shin. She did stay in the inning and finish out the inning, but with the cold temperatures and with that, you know, might want to play it safe and bring someone else in. It's 2-2. And it's foul. And another strikeout for Christina Bettis. That will be her 7th this afternoon. The Vikings still lead 4-0. We will see a new pitcher for Kankakee. It's Shelby Westfall. And she delivers a ball to Kaylee Kaufman. Kaufman's 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the second. Jeffco leads it 4-0, and there is a shot to left, but caught by the left fielder. So Morgan Loggins will come to the plate for the second time. She's 0 for 1. And she shows bunt. And that's strike one. We will have time granted here. It's 0-1. Morgan Loggins, the catcher, is the hitter. There's one out. We're in the bottom of the fourth. And Loggins pops it over the screen for strike number 2. The Vikings scored 1 in the first and 3 in the third. And that one is going to be foul. The big hit was a 2-run home run from Lauren Duff with 2 outs. And VESELSKE with the 2-out single in the first also did put the Vikings on the board. Not as much offense today as the home opener that JCTV brought you, but temperatures could be playing a role a bit in that. As here comes the 1-2, and it's fouled back again. The Vikings won game 1 of that home opener 11-1. And they ended up winning after 5 innings after the mercy rule, as they call it. And here's the 1-2. And again, fouled back. In the air, right side, out of play. That one's out of play, left side. So 1-2, and it's a bit high, ball 2. So 2-2. Loggins has been staying alive with 2 strikes here for a little while. And the 2-2 she will put in play. It is out to center, and the catch is made for the second out. And so with 2 down, it's Taylor Barnes. That was ball 1. Barnes 0 for 1. She had a fly out to center in the third. And 2-0. Wind blowing in. So you may see that flag out there. Definitely a cold day. A lot of hoodies and gloves and coats out here at the old ball field. But warmer days are ahead. I hope I can promise that. And there will be many chances, many more this season to come out and attend some games, and I encourage you to do that. As that's a walk, 4-pitch walk to Barnes. So she's on with 2 outs, and Hannah Chambliss will come to the plate. So March 24th, State Fair Community College will be here for a 2 p.m. doubleheader. And then on March 26th, St. Louis Community College will be in town also for a 2 p.m. doubleheader. And then several home games in April as well. And you can find the full schedule online. As there goes Barnes, and she's in there safely. Stolen base for Taylor Barnes. If you want to find the website, jeffco.edu/athletics. And then from there you can click on the softball team page. Also, baseball is in session, of course, so you can check out their schedule too. And hit and run off the top of the fence for a foul. It's 1-1 on Chambliss, 2 outs. Barnes with some speed on second. And there she goes, and it's down for a hit. Barnes will score easily to make it 5-0. After an RBI from Hannah Chambliss. And another 2-out hit. That's been a theme today for the Lady Vikings. And now it's Allison Tucker who's been on twice. She was hit by a pitch and she singled as well. And that gets away from the catcher, and advancing to third, Hannah Chambliss. One ball, 1 strike. Tucker has also scored 2 runs in this game. And she's looking at a 1-2 count now. Tucker popped up, right field, catch made, but the Vikings do add 1 more, and they lead it 5-0 over the Cavaliers. We move to the 5th inning. And Paige Glass will be the hitter. She's hitting for Haley Edmonds, who was removed from the game after being hit on the shin with a comebacker back to the circle. And Glass also came in and took over catching duties after that. And that hits her. So the leadoff runner is on for Kankakee in the top of the fifth. So now, McKenna Goldtrap, and she had a bunt single back in the third, one of the few runners to reach today so far for the Cavaliers. And that's high. One ball and one strike. Bunt. It gets down and one away, but the runner is moved up to second. So one out for Madeline Evans. Evans had a fielder's choice her last time. And that's 2-0 now. And 2-1 now, 2-2. Full count. And that is in the air to center. And that's the second out. So back to the top of the order. And swing and a miss for strike one. Maddie Laney, or Lanny, I'm not sure honestly, but she's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. And it's 0-2. Quickly here. And a third strikeout, and that is number 8 for Christina Bettis. Kankakee strands a runner. The Lady Vikings still lead 5-0. Bottom of the fifth. And it's Lauren Duff, number 55. Vikings lead at 5-0. And Duff had a 2-run home run to help with that lead, and then she will ground that to short, and there's one out. And Jessie VESELSKE will hit next. She's had a nice day at the plate with a single, a double. She had an RBI. She stole a base and That was all in the first. And then in the second, she scored a run. One ball, one strike. Kelsey Boyd is on deck. Shelby Westfall is in her second inning of work now for Kankakee, and there's a foul ball down the third base line. 2-2. A grounder from VESELSKE. It's mishandled at short, and she will be safe on base for the third time today. So Boyd will come to the plate. She's 1 for 2 with a single. And there's a ball a bit low. Throw down, but VESELSKE's back. We've seen she's a threat to run earlier in the game. So the Cavaliers will keep an eye over there. It's 2-0 on Boyd. There's one out. Three and 0. Three and 1. Three and 2. So that's fouled off. May have hit her foot. So full count on Kelsey Boyd. Freshman from right here in Hillsboro, Missouri, a product of Hillsboro High School, and she will rip that to short. The play is made that time with a nifty grab by the second baseman, and they get 2. Nice play. Vikings still lead by 5. Top of the 6th inning. Lady Vikings lead 5-0. It's Christina Bettis to continue with a nice day, and she delivers strike 1 to Kleinert. She's 0 for 2. Vikings did make a change at first base as ADRYANA Martinez, the freshman from Sugar Land, Texas, is now playing over there. And here comes the 1-0, and it's a high drive, left field, and it is gone. So Kankakee jumps on the board after a solo home run from Kenna Kleinert. Five to 1. And Another hit. Gabby Schultz will reach. Emma Schreiner will hit next. She will get some advice from her coach. And Morgan Loggins will talk to Christina Bettis for a moment while that happens. So, solo homer to lead things off here in the 6th inning from Kleinert, and then a single from Schultz. And now Schreiner at the plate. And there's a strike. One and one. One and two. Check swing, fouled off. That's a high fly right side. It will get into the bullpen. Out of play. So still 1 and 2. Nobody out, runner on first. In the dirt, 2 and 2. A grounder into the glove of the second baseman, and they'll get the lead runner, and then it's overthrown, but it will bounce right back to Martinez. So 1 out. Nearly caught. By Chambliss. But she knocked it down, and then, really a good situation, able to throw it, get the out at second. That's fouled back. So Schreiner's now at first with 1 out. And here's Ashley Reiner. She's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Bettis looking for her 9th. Here comes the 0-2. She's got it. So with 2 away, Aubrey Durden. And that one's hit well. It will find the outfield. The outfielder made the catch and falls down. And so that means there will be 2 runners on and 2 in scoring position with 2 outs. She made the play on the ball, on the ground after it hit, I should say, and then tripped. That's Barnes out there. So 2 runners in scoring position. Kankakee threatening, but there are 2 away. And here's Paige Glass to hit. We'll have a substitution on the base paths for Kankakee. McKenna Wessels will check in at second base. side, ball one. So the Cavalier bats coming alive in this inning. A home run to lead things off. As there's a strike. Then a single, a fielder's choice, a strikeout, and then another hit. Guess you could call it a double. I'm not the official scorer. Here comes a 2-1, and that's fouled away, out of play, 2-2. And so now the Cavaliers threatening to score a couple more. But there are 2 outs. And Bettis with the 2-2. And that's out of play. And a grounder. The play's made. A big out for the Vikings. Kankakee strands 2. It's still 5-1. Kennedy Sutterth will hit in the Vikings half of the 6th. Sutterth is 0 for 2. And here is the 1-0. 2-0. Two and one. And there's a shot. Foul. Head coach Tony Cook just getting out of the way of that. So it's 2-2. And a strikeout. An off-speed pitch from Westfall to get the first out. Now it's Kaylee Kaufman. She's 0 for 2. And there's a hit to right field. Morgan Loggins will stand in. She's 0 for 2. And there's ball one.
Chase her around, Mo.
And Loggins pops it high in the air. Back of the infield, the catch is made for the second out. So, Taylor Barnes will come to the plate. One and one now. So 2 out. Kaufman on first. And a grounder to first, handled and taken by herself. It's the first baseman for the third out. The Vikings lead 5-1. It's the top of the 7th. Kankakee down to its last 3 outs. Bettis with a strike. She's pitched another great one. 9 strikeouts. The only damage so far in a solo homer back in the 6th. And it's 0-2 on Gold Trap. She is 1 for 1. She had a sacrifice also. And that was ball 1. Two and two. Strikeout number 10 for Bettis. She had 12 in the last game we covered on JCTV. So double digits again. There's a pop-up out of play. Madeline Evans here. And she's in the hole 0-1. Popped up. It will get out. 0-2. One ball, 2 strikes. And 2-2 now. A grounder. Diving attempt, but it will get by the shortstop, Allison Tucker. So 1 on and 1 out, which is exactly what Kankakee needs here as base runners. Now it's back to the top of the order, showing bunt. It's down, and 2 outs. So it does move the runner over, but it's also another out for the Cavaliers. So they're down to their last out. Evans moved over to second on that. Here's Kenna Kleinert, and that's outside. Kleinert is 1 for 3, but she did have the solo home run and scored the Cavaliers' only run so far. And Bettis, of course, wants to shut the door, so there aren't any more. And she held up, says the umpire. It's 2-0. Bettis looking for another complete game. She's struck out 10, but she's now behind 3 balls and no strikes. And there's a strike, so the runner stepped toward third, but not so fast, says the umpire. It's 3-1. Step toward first, I should say, sorry. So 3 balls, 1 strike. There are 2 outs, and that will be a walk that time. So 2 on and 2 outs for Gabby Schultz. She has walked. She has flied out, and she singled. And that's way outside for ball 1. Foul ball. There's a strike. 1 and 2. Bettis looks in. The 1-2 is ripped to left. This will score at least 1 for Kankakee. Potentially 2, and it does. 5-3 after a 2 RBI double from Schultz. Still 2 outs, though. And that's outside to Emma Schreiner. She's been on base a couple of times. And that's a strike, just catching the outside corner. So it's 1 and 1. Fouled off. Strike 2. 1 and 2. So Kankakee fighting back, making it interesting here in the top of the 7th inning. There is a runner on second. There's 2 down. And that will do it as Christina Bettis gets her 11th strikeout, looking and confidently walks off the field. The Vikings win it 5-3 and improve to 12-3 so far this season. Thanks for being here, everybody. We'll see you later on JCTV.